it seemed.
You
right?
got manipulated.
Yeah,
but
of course.
That doesn't make it good intentions.
Yeah. I'm just saying it seemed, and a lot of people also believe that.
Was it good intentions when he photoshopped a fake live stream and falsely accused me of not saying something I did say and falsely accused somebody? It was a good intentions when he put a king-size Feastables bar beside a regular-size Hershey's bar and didn't disclose that, and then lied about us having more sugar than them. Was it? I mean, I could sit here and do this for the next 30 minutes. I think that's just a misconception that everyone has. It's like there's never good intentions.
Yeah, of course. But I'm just.
I watched that video and I was like, this is just lies, and everyone's like, oh my god. I was like, whoa.
We're just talking about optics, though.
Okay, optics. Right.
Optically.
People who fell for the optics.
Hello and welcome to Influencer Police, a place where we expose the lies, the cheating, and the dirty ways of these filthy influencers. Oh, oompaville, you tried, but you failed. I'm Chief Coconut. This is Influencer Police, and buckle the fuck up. Okay, so I know I'm like a little late on talking about MrBeast and the oompaville interview. I'm so fucking late, you guys. But honestly, I got a new job recently. I've been working my ass off. I'm so fucking tired. And on top of that, I've picked up a new hobby of like press-on nails. Like I've literally found the cutest press-on nails. I'm making these like organized cute booklets. It takes hours, so like between work, my booklets, my dogs, just like, oh my gosh, I'm fucking tired, you guys. So I'm like a little late on this, but let's talk about it. So oompaville interviews MrBeast, and MrBeast is finally responding to some of the allegations. Now, do I think that oompaville was the right choice to interview MrBeast? Not a fucking chance. First of all, I'm pretty sure that oompaville was like a known MrBeast glazer. Like, I know we interviewed Dogpack and shit like that, but I feel like he's always been like pro MrBeast usually. Am I fucking wrong? Like, I'm pretty sure I watched him talk about MrBeast once, and he was talking to Dogpack, and he kind of admits that like he was kind of a glazer to MrBeast. But he did interview Dogpack, and he seemed to like, you know, give Dogpack the night of day. Now, first of all, in my last video about this, I didn't address that, yes, Dogpack does have bias. He was fired from MrBeast. He has his biases, okay? Is he trying to like destroy MrBeast's life because he was fired and he's a disgruntled employee? I don't fucking know. Because just because you're fired from something doesn't mean that you can't expose the company that you work for if like you have information. Like, I don't feel like just because you're fired, you have to necessarily be disgruntled or have this like crazy motive. I mean, obviously, yes, you definitely can. But the things he was exposing, yeah, he got some information wrong, but he exposed a lot of stuff. Okay? And I feel like the people that are trying to like defend MrBeast, and then I really feel like they're like micro picking situations and like making like these dumb excuses like, oh, like Delaware, like see, like his nickname wasn't because of that. It's like, bitch, to be honest, I don't give a fuck about Delaware's fucking nickname, bitch. That's not the fucking point. The point is that he hired a convicted offender and kept him on his team for a long time, and then some point in the fucking situation starts putting a mask on him in videos. Now, let's talk about this interview. I mean, they discussed a lot of things, but for me, oompaville wasn't the right choice because he didn't dig deep enough into the questions. I don't know if he had the knowledge to dig deep in like how he needed to. I mean, he asked the right questions, but he didn't dig deep enough into them to really get the correct answers. Like, when he did talk about the Delaware situation, yeah, MrBeast says, I didn't know he was. Okay, like, I can understand that for sure. Like, you're a dumb teenager just hiring someone from Best Buy, whatever. But I really wanted to know, how long did you have him on your team? How long did it take you to find out? Why was the reason he was let go? Was it because of that? Why did he start off with the videos in the beginning of him at Best Buy without wearing a mask and then later on was wearing masks in, I believe, multiple videos? I wanted to know that information because I think that's very important. Why was he suddenly wearing a mask? When did you find out? He claims that, so Jake the Viking claims that Delaware and MrBeast and his mom apparently allegedly sat down and he explained the situation. That's what Jake the Viking says. Some people don't find him a credible source. I'm still not sure exactly why. Can someone please tell me that? Like, why is Jake the Viking not a credible source? Someone, like, get me into that lore because I don't fucking understand it. But here's the thing. Jake the Viking is like the brother-in-law or something of this Delaware kid. So I feel like what he says about the situation has validity to it. Because, like, he literally is personal with this guy. Like, he would know, right? So I feel like that situation's kind of iffy. I'm like, MrBeast, when the fuck did you find out about this? And what's up with the mask thing? And also with that, why are videos of him allegedly still up without a mask? That's not good to me. Like, either you need to blur out his face or, like, take those videos down. Because you should not be, like, promoting a registered sex offender in any way. Okay? And I thought, let me know if I'm wrong, but I thought that there was, besides Ava Chris Tyson, which, bitch, we'll get into that too, but there's her, there's the Delaware. I thought there was actually a couple more people that were sketch and had really sketchy pasts. So there's that. Okay, that's one of the things that, like, I don't think oompaville dig deep enough. Like, I wanted to know, like, what the fuck. Another thing he talked about, which I actually kind of appreciated MrBeast's response. Like, I think he responded well, was the philanthropy part of the video. oompaville basically talks about them CGIing, you know, the hospital picture to make it seem like they did more to it. And also, like, the well situation where they took multiple pictures of the same well to count as, like, the 100 wells they did. And he basically said that it was, like, an editing team error and it wasn't intentionally to come off as they did more than they did or whatever. It kind of just slipped through their cracks. I mean, whether that's true or not, it's like, I don't know. But I could believe it was not as intentional as they're trying to make it seem like they're doing more. But from my perspective and understanding, it does seem like the philanthropy is legit and shouldn't, as of now, be, like, super harshly criticized. From how he was explaining it in this interview, like, to me, it made sense, and I think it's legit, and he has helped a lot of people and done a lot of stuff, and a lot of people, I mean, the thing that's weird for me, honestly, is kind of his thumbnail choices with the philanthropy, like, and his titles of the videos. That's honestly, like, my problem with his philanthropy. It's not necessarily the work he's doing or whatever. It's obviously great to help people. Like, that should be encouraged. That should be done. But when he, like, titles the video about curing blind people or deaf people or whatever it was was super misleading. And also, was it blind curing blind people? Was that it, or was it deaf people? But either way, I'm so sorry, I don't remember. I'm fucking tired. But one of those communities, whatever, which one, y'all know what I'm talking about, bitch. One of those communities said that actually was really negative for the community because it's misleading people to think that he's actually curing them. When in reality, it was like this surgery that already existed, that it wasn't like curing it. It wasn't like a cure. You know what I'm saying? Like, Like, they basically didn't like the way it was worded and stuff like that. It was super clickbaity. And the thumbnails are, like, creepy as shit, to be honest. Some of them are fucking creepy. So I would say, like, that's my kind of criticism on the philanthropy part, is, like, have better titles and make less creepy thumbnails for it. Other than that, whatever. And he talked about Team C's and how, like, it was more for, like, the message of encouraging people to clean up more and treat the environment better and, you know, recycle and throw away their trash, because in reality, it didn't make, like, a huge dent or impact on the trash in the ocean and beaches. But it was more of the message, which, like, I can understand. But I also, here's my problem with that, which oompaville didn't touch on, is some of the most allegedly largest contributors to waste and trash are the big companies like Coca-Cola. And to my knowledge, allegedly Coca-Cola is a big company and a part of Team C's. So to me, it almost seems like that big company, who is a huge contributor to waste, is pushing a message to us little people that don't make half the fucking trash that they do, that we need to, like, clean up the beach and do better. But in reality, it's like, no, actually, you're the fucking problem. Okay? So that was also my problem with that. Next is oompaville completely forgot in his first portion of the video. He completely forgot that to talk about Ava Chris Tyson. I'm like, oompaville, how do you fucking forget to talk about Ava Chris Tyson? One of the biggest scandals that ever was for MrBeast. And you have to call him later to finish up the interview and ask. And barely even ask about it. Just asked about the Shadman poster. Did barely even dive deep into it. Is there a man screaming? I think I heard a man screaming outside. I thought that was a complete misstep on oompaville's part. Complete messed up. Another thing is, what else? What, the crypto shit. I'm like, okay, so MrBeast says that he basically has, like, big guys doing all this crypto. To me, that makes sense. People do that. Rich people do that all the fucking time. They have financial advisors. They have investors, like, do all that shit for them. I'm like, that's not even surprising. For me, it's like, for me, the problem is, like, promoting these crypto things and then rug pulling it. And allegedly, MrBeast likes to say, oh, I commented super on that comment, but, like, no one, like, would buy it because I said that. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Of course they would. People are on your fucking ass. They know you're rich. They look up to you. If you're commenting about some kind of particular crypto or whatever it was, they're going to do that. It doesn't matter if you didn't make the tweet yourself. Like, they saw your comment and they're going to, like, follow suit. But I also thought that there was evidence of him actually promoting something that was a rug pull. But, like, let me know if I'm wrong, but I thought that was exposed. So, like, allegedly, I thought that was a thing. So let me know. What else did he talk about? The philanthropy. Oh, the chocolate. So he goes into this, like, big tangent about chocolate. And how apparently he, like, used to source his chocolate from Peru, which has, like, a higher standard for ethical practices with chocolate. Apparently chocolate is, like, super exploitative, and because his, like, business was expanding, he had to switch his operations and, like, producing to West Africa, I believe, which apparently allegedly has more exploitative slave labor going on there. But he explained that his part is ethical, it's all good, which is, I really appreciate that. Obviously, that's really good. My problem with that is oompaville didn't press him on, okay, but why did you add all these extra ingredients to your chocolate bars when you originally started it with, like, 4 or 5, and then you added all this shit to it, allegedly? So, yeah, oompaville didn't press him on, like, why did he add the extra allegedly BS ingredients to his chocolate when he originally started out with 4 to 5 ingredients to allegedly make it more healthy, but then he added more alleged crappy ingredients when I believe he said the whole point of creating this chocolate was to make a healthier chocolate. So why would you go and switch your formula to add allegedly crappy ingredients to it? That just doesn't make sense. So oompaville did not press him on that, which I'm like, okay, well, that's like a huge point of why he was being dragged for this. And also, I mean, beyond the chocolate, the Lunchables or the Lunchlies and the MrBeast burger. So MrBeast did say that they're coming out with a quote unquote healthier version with like grilled chicken and shit like that, which is like, okay, that's great and all, but at the end of the day, this is still like, I mean, like, honestly, in my opinion, allegedly, kids should not be eating this. Like, they need fresh food, period, you know? And I know, like, sometimes it's hard to get and the economy sucks and all that. I totally get it. But at the end of the day, in my personal opinion, allegedly, kids should not be eating Lunchly. And if MrBeast is allegedly saying he wants to make healthier options for food and wants to do all this change in the world, but then he comes out with chocolate, MrBeast burger, and Lunchly, partnering with Logan Paul, I'm like, you got me fucked up. Okay, I'll leave it there. Now let's get into the crypto. Now, I think I already talked about that actually. Yeah, I did. Let's get into the Ava Tyson thing. So I don't know what the fuck oompaville was thinking with this, forgetting to bring up Ava Tyson in his first initial section of the interview. I'm like, this was literally one of the biggest controversies of everything that's been exposed about MrBeast. And you forget to mention it throughout the entire video until you have to recall him to ask. And the only thing you really talked about with Ava Tyson was the Shadman poster, which, let's not forget, was posted on MrBeast and Ava's wall. MrBeast and Ava's wall. And he likes to say that he had a lot of anime on his wall, so he like didn't think much of this one. But I don't really know if I buy that. Because there's, in the video clips of it being like shown in his old videos, when they're in that room and the poster's right there, there's this one clip of MrBeast sitting on the couch and the camera's like filming, and then he looks up at that poster and makes like this smirk. And I can't even play that because I think like they copyright that clip, but it's out there. Just go on TikTok. Literally, he's sitting on the couch, they're making that video, and then he just like looks at the poster and smirks. So, allegedly. So why else, like, why would you do that? Why would you look at the poster and smirk if you don't know, like, it's a fucking weirdo poster? And I thought that there was evidence of him, like, talking to Shadman in some type of, I thought, like, there was a tweet that MrBeast sent to him, or there was some kind of communication there. Am I wrong? Please let me know. Don't you guys remember that? I thought that was exposed too. That, like, he said something to Shadman as well. But I don't remember it. Like, there's honestly been so much information and so much stuff that's come out that, like, it's all kind of a blur to me. But I thought I remembered that. Okay? But I don't know. So let me know. But honestly, what I really wanted oompaville to ask was more about Ava Tyson. Like, when did you know, or did you see anything from Ava Tyson to connect these dots? Like, we saw MrBeast in Discord chats with Ava when Ava was being creepy. We saw him, I'll say allegedly, in the group chats when Ava Tyson was being creepy. So I'm really not buying that he just had no idea that Ava Tyson was an alleged creepo. So I'm really like, what? Come on. I really wanted oompaville to press him more on that. And this is why for me, it's like oompaville asked some good questions and MrBeast responded well to some and not well to others. But I really don't think oompaville was the right person to do this interview. Like, he did not press him hard enough and he did not dig deeper into the questions. So I left the interview. I mean, this is like a 2-hour long interview and I left it still wondering a lot of things. I left it not satisfied because he did not touch base. And also, MrBeast, they get into the Beast games and MrBeast is like, well, I didn't hear of anyone breaking a bone. Because, you know, allegedly people got really hurt on set. And I thought allegedly that there was like a concrete block that fell onto someone and they were in the hospital for days. And allegedly a lot of people got hurt. And then he's like, my team reached out to like 950 of them out of 2,000. And no one said they broke a bone. And I'm like, I think he said that allegedly. I'm just like, if he's suing people now, he's going to possibly sue Dogbag. I'm like, I gotta just say allegedly for everything. But I'm like, if you're going to reach out to 950 people out of 2,000, because he said he couldn't get in contact with the others. I'm like, okay, well, that's less than 50%, close to 50%, but less than 50% of the people. That's not good enough. Like, you need to ask 100% and see what happened. Like, 50%? That's a lot of other people you couldn't get in contact with that could have potentially gotten hurt, allegedly. But he did mention that they fucked up with this one part of there was a woman there who needed hypoallergenic pads and tampons because she had an allergy to, you know, common shit that's sold because everything sold to us is a bunch of fucking garbage, obviously. So she really needed hypoallergenic pads and tampons. Now, apparently, allegedly, his team did not provide this to her, at least in time, or I don't know what happened, but she did not get it when she needed it. And that was an issue. Now, he said, like, I think he mentioned in this interview that that was like a small thing or something like that. And I'm like, honey, it's obvious you're a man, okay? Because as the woman know that if it's that time of the month for us and we don't have a pad available to us or a tampon that we can use, it's not going to be pretty, honey. And if you're only giving me something that I'm allergic to and I have nothing else to take care of myself during that time, are you kidding me? That is a major issue. Major issue. That would be horrible. And I don't know what happened to that girl, but I feel really bad for her. And I can't even imagine. Because if you're like leaking and shit like that, you have nothing to like help you. That honestly is really embarrassing. And like, I would not want to be in that situation. You know? Like, it's embarrassing enough, like, if we just have a leak, you know, but we already have everything going on, but we still leak. That's already bad. I'm like, that's something that I'm like, oh God, no. I'm always like worried about that for myself. I'm like, oh my God, am I leaking right now? But to not even have the proper pads and stuff like that, I'm like, I can't even imagine. It's stressful, you know, if you're like a man listening to this, it's stressful. Like, let's say you start at like work or you're out and you don't have a pad available. You freak out. You freak the fuck out. So I'm just going to say that wasn't minor to me, honey. It really wasn't. That's not a minor thing to me. But I also heard allegedly that people like weren't getting their medicines on time. And like, I heard there was a lot of shit to the Beast games that like he didn't touch on. He basically, it just seemed to me, this whole interview was like coming off super like laughy and smiley and kind of cocky and kind of just brushing everything off as like, misinformation. And I really hate when people use that term, like misinformation. It's so like government coded. You know what I'm saying? It's so like, shut up. That word makes me cringe. Like, maybe I'll use it sometimes, but seriously, I really don't like that word. I'm just like, shut up. But I also want to talk about, oh yes, I remember now. So I also want to talk about with the Beast Games, he said that everyone that came, no matter what, if they lost, win, however long they stayed, he gave every single person $2,000. Now, he's saying there was no strings attached to that money. And it's like, okay, sure, fine. But they were contestants saying that they were offered $5,000 or more to allegedly sign an NDA saying that they can't talk about what happened in these games. So maybe he did give $2,000 to everyone that joined, but possibly what could have happened that these contestants are alleging is they were offered $5,000 to sign an NDA and not discuss it. So I think that's two different things. And of course, oompaville didn't press it because I don't think oompaville had all the facts. Like, I don't think he was deep enough into this lore to do this interview at all. Like, someone that should have done this interview was someone that knew all the fucking lore. Like that Pegasus dude who always talks about it, or like an investigative YouTube journalist like CoffeeZilla or something. Someone that is really going to look into this shit and actually ask us what we want to hear. Like, literally, there are so many other people that I would rather see interview MrBeast than oompaville. I'm like, when I saw like he did the interview, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And that's no shade to oompaville as like a YouTuber or a creator or anything. And also I think he's hot, like for real. I think oompaville is really hot. But I just don't think he was the right person for this at all. And I think MrBeast knew that. He knew that he would be in a safe place with oompaville. So that's why he did it. And that's exactly what, in my opinion, what happened. Because oompaville did not press him enough. The whole interview kind of just seemed not that serious and kind of like light and jokey, like just laughing about things and kind of just brushing everything under the, like, just to the side. In my opinion, like, yes, some things were answered and other things I'm still like, there's no clarification on that. And the fact that MrBeast is allegedly going to possibly sue Dogpack for defamation, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm like, did Dogpack make some mistakes in his reporting? Yeah, he did. But he found a lot of shit. And I'm hoping that if MrBeast sues Dogpack, that Dogpack doesn't get totally fucked over. Like, I'm rooting for the underdog in this situation, which is Dogpack, this small guy who has like a penny to the money that MrBeast has. And I honestly hope that like MrBeast doesn't destroy him in a lawsuit. And Dogpack says that he's been talking to lawyers the whole time, and he says that his lawyers say he's good. But I'm like, I hope that's true. But honestly, at the same time, I'm like, MrBeast is fucking rich as shit. And the lawyers that he can get compared to the lawyers that Dogpack can get scares me. I'm like, oh God, this is going to be like crazy. This is really going to be crazy. So it's just like, we have Logan Paul suing CoffeeZilla. Now we're going to have allegedly MrBeast suing Dogpack. I'm like, where does it fucking end? What do you guys think about that? And like him suing Dogpack? I don't know. MrBeast says that he has lost like millions of dollars, I think he said, and like stuff has like fallen apart from this exposed video that Dogpack made, but I don't know if it's enough for defamation, because it seems like Dogpack really exposed a lot of things. Yeah, he got some stuff wrong, but he exposed a lot. And for people to deny that he didn't expose a lot, it's like, you're kidding yourself. But I also want to touch on, he talked about illegal lotteries. And he's gonna like refund the people that feel like they may have been taken advantage of or in these like live streams. And my opinion on that is I know he mentioned in like a couple of the live streams, like in the description, it said you can sign in for free, and he briefly mentioned it in one of the videos. That's what Soggy like exposed. But for me, that's not honestly good enough. Like briefly mentioning it in like hours long live streams and then just putting it in the description. I really feel like that would need to be something that's like on the screen at all times so people know and it's like easily available to them. But that's just my opinion on it. I don't know like the actual rules and regulations of that kind of stuff. But I don't know. So this whole interview kind of honestly disappointed me, to be honest. Like, yes, some things were answered, like the philanthropy and stuff, but I don't know. And also, I guess the last thing I'll touch on, and if I forget something, just let me know if I forgot to talk about something. But the last thing I'll touch on is him using CGI in his videos. And he said they're usually like really minor things, like they'll change the color of a background, or they'll expand a background that already exists, like the set, or just make it look cooler, which like I don't really care about, to be honest. I never really cared too much about this part. I mean, if it was something like he's seriously editing something, that's crazy, but he did say that they would think about making like some kind of Beast logo whenever they CGI something, or they would make it like readily available that we know CGI is taking place, which I think is actually really cool. And I think the viewers would appreciate, especially with like CGI and AI and all this stuff. It's actually nice to know like when it's being used, and like I think that's really transparent. So I hope he does implement that, because that actually would be like really nice. And I think that creators using that kind of technology should tell us when it is. I feel like that just like makes it way more transparent. So that's actually something I appreciated him saying. And I guess he claims he really doesn't use it that much, and it's really minor when he does. You know, I guess it's all just like, do you believe him or not at this point? But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this interview and what you thought of oompaville doing the interview, how we think he did. For me, I was disappointed in it. I kind of still feel the same way I did before. The only thing I feel maybe a little different about is his philanthropy, because that was being questioned. But I feel like it's fine, and he talked about it and it made sense, I guess. So I mean, yeah, like if they're doing good and they're helping people, like obviously I don't want that to take a hit. So I guess that was the one thing I got from this video is, you know, his philanthropy is on the up and up, and that's what it is. I still think that the Team C's thing was ran by Coca-Cola, and I'll just leave it there. That says everything I need to know. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Memberships are up. Please join the memberships. I will put a link in the comments and the description. I definitely want to make my tunnel video soon. I've just been so busy, it's crazy, but I really want to make the hidden tunnels and hidden cities, underground cities video very soon. Just new drama keeps popping off, and then I want to cover it, obviously. But yeah, just like bear with me and, you know, my crazy schedule and shit like that. But honestly, guys, like on a different note, I'm super excited because I just bought a bunch of exercise equipment and just a bunch of like cool things, and I got them from TikTok. They have like really good stuff on the TikTok shop. And I'm going to start like working out again and getting healthy. And I feel like this next year, I really just want it to be like me getting my shit together, like mentally, physically, everything. So I'm excited about that. I got like a vibration plate, if you guys have seen those. I got a Pilates little like machine. I got like squat bars. I don't know what they're called, like bars you can squat with. They have like resistance bands on them. And I got a ropeless jump rope with like weights on the bottom. I already have like a little treadmill for walking. And I also got this like fitness program app thing that has like a bunch of fitness classes on it and dance classes and stuff. So I'm gonna use that. So I'm just like really on my bad bitch shit. Yeah, I went on like a huge shopping spree, just like getting such like baddie clothes. I'm seriously on that vibe, like elevating my game. Like next year's the year that I am elevating my game. 100%. Like don't fuck with me, bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really on that shit. So I just wanted to share that because I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Okay, I'm coming for all you hoes. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. And yeah, I have addiction to press-ons. I have the cutest press-ons you've ever fucking seen. They look so fucking legit. It literally just looks like I got them done at a salon. And I would have paid like $150 for them. And I literally got them for like so cheap. But they look like that bitch. And yeah, you have to put in the work to put them on and make them like super pretty and clean up your nails before and all that. So like you have to do like some work, honey, but it saves you so much coin. It looks so good and I'm loving it. So okay, I'll leave it there. So please subscribe if you're not subscribed. Please hit the like button. Oh my gosh, that would help us out so much. Please hit the notification button so you never miss a video. And yeah, please join memberships. I'd really appreciate that. And I'll see you in the next one. I'm really tired. It's like 2 a.m. and my roommate's asleep, so I'm not gonna sing right now. So I'll just leave it there. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.